Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. I wanted to do a intro video for a Dapp on Pulsechain called PulseRate. Now, this platform here just launched a couple of days ago. I was actually in a couple of days ago. I didn't get in at launch, but I did put 20K in. And just this morning, I added another 10K. So I got about 30K into this thing and figured, let me do a video and share this with my community. Because if you are on Pulse, you probably want to find good ways to, make gains instead of just keeping your Pulse in your wallet and letting it just sit there as the price kind of moves up and down. So that was my case. My case was I'm holding a lot of Pulse, PulseX, all of that. And for me, instead of just having it sit in my wallet, I really just kind of wait out and see what the price looks like and just watch the price every now and then. I was looking for a way to make some money with it. And this one here, it's been, you can see here the TVL, 1.7 million already in a couple of days. We'll see how high this can go. Of course, no guarantees. We don't know how high it's going to go, but we'll see how it is. And again, I was willing to test it out. It's been working fine so far. So let's go ahead and give you a little bit on pulse rate, and then I'll show you how to get in if you have pulse, or actually I'll show you how to get in if you don't have pulse, because the majority of people probably don't have pulse if they weren't able to get in on the sacrifice, or if they don't, when Pulse launched on mainnet, if they weren't able to get any. I'm going to show you how to get it, pretty easy way how to do it, and pretty cost effective too, because it's not expensive. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Of course, it goes without saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you are going to get into pulse rate or anything we talk about, please do your own research and due diligence. Know that there is risk, guys, because again, there's no opportunity to make gains in the crypto space that is risk-free. There's no such thing. So everything you get into is going to carry some form of risk, some more riskier than others. But make no mistake about it, there is risk involved. So if you're going to get in, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay? Risk capital only. Also follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. I created a new wallet, a demo wallet, to kind of take you through this because I want you to see what it's going to look like when you get involved. It'll be a blank slate. I'll show you how to get some LP tokens and all that. So if you're familiar with farming, this is not going to be foreign to you. The only thing is it's on Pulsechain, right? So again, if you're holding Pulse, then this is, obviously you're ready. You can jump into this thing. If you don't, I'm going to show you how to go to a website called changenow.io. I'll show you this in a second here. But you can actually swap out whatever coin or token you have for Pulse. Very similar to Changely, simple swap, works, exactly the same. Obviously on Changely, Pulse is not on Changely, but ChangeNow does have Pulse. So I'm going to show you that here in a second. Let me take you through the DAT real quick. Again, this is old hat for you guys that are, experienced farmers. A lot of you guys are farming on Animal Farm and other things like that. So this is pretty similar in the sense that you're taking your tokens and you're creating LP tokens and you're staking the LP tokens for the native token. Okay. So here are some of the different pools you can jump into, right? Staking pools. Now again, each one of these will carry a different form of risk. You can see here the daily APR. Let's say, for example, this one here, PRate and Wrap PLS. If you are staking LP tokens, your daily APR is 2.78%. This one here is P-Share and Wrap PLS, right? If you have LP tokens, the daily APR is 4.39%. This one here is 3.61, right? So again, the different pools are going to have different daily APRs, for various reasons, right? Some of them are a little bit more risky. Some of them are a little bit less risky. Some of them, a lot of people have jumped into them already. Some of them, not too many people have jumped into. And as you guys know, with these pools, the more people jump into these different pools, the APR starts to drop. That's how they work, right? So you can see here, this one here is 1.39%, 4.15, 5.09. Again, these daily APRs don't stay that way. They kind of fluctuate as more, like I said, as more people jump in, they start to drop. Okay. You got to watch this a little bit. Also, one thing you need to be aware of, and some of you guys are experienced, so you already know this, but some of you guys that are maybe new to this type of stuff, you do need to be aware of, impermanent loss. Okay. Now, again, I'm not going to go into impermanent loss or do a whole, you know, tutorial on impermanent loss. Go look it up. But that's something when you're in these type of protocols, you could experience impermanent loss. That's why some of these other pools that are a little bit more stable, like let's say, let me see here. This one here, right? PLS and USDC, right? USDC is a stable coin. This one here, whatchamacallit? What was I going to say here? Oh, this one, what I was saying is this is a little bit more stable, right? You're not going to really experience impermanent loss, unless, obviously PLS, that price, fluctuates, but USDC does not, right? So again, the potential for impermanent loss is way, way, way less in this pool than it is, let's say, for example, I don't know, just randomly, I'm just picking something randomly here. Let's say in this one right here, P-share BTC. Well, BTC doesn't really move, it's not as volatile. It does move up and down, but let's say, let me see it. Let's say this one here, right? P-share wrap PLS, right? There's going to be volatility here because, Pulse wrap PLS does move, the price does move. And obviously P-share, which is one of their native tokens, that price can move, as well, right? I don't think it's going to go crazy up and down, but it can move, right? That's why the daily APR is higher, right? The more risk you're willing to take, the more daily APR you're going to get, is what I'm trying to say, right? So you got to figure out what works for you, right? And again, you also want to look at some of these have deposit fees, right? Some of them don't, some of them do. So you want to look at that as well, right? So, I mean, here's, obviously, if you like the fact that you can get 1%, 2%, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7% a day, again, it won't stay that way, it'll move around. Then this is something you might want to take a look at. Again, it's on Pulsechain, so you're gonna have to get on Pulse, right? The earnings, right? You're gonna be earning P share, okay? P share. And again, if you want to play around with the ecosystem, you can go down here, you can go to the boardroom, right? You click on boardroom, you can stake your P share to earn more P rate, right? Or you can cash out your P share, right? Take your profit, right? So again, lots of different ways you can play this. If you want to use your P share that you're earning to earn more P rate, so you can go heavier into some of these different pools, you can do that. Or you can, take your profit in P share. I wouldn't take my profit in P rate, because you want to keep, you want to help keep that at peg, but P share you can take your profit in, right? So again, what you would do is you would just come down here, go to swap, right? Let's say you're earning P share, right? You would put your P share, and then you can sell that for whatever you want to sell it for, right? If you want to sell it for PLS and increase your bag, right? And in Pulse, maybe some people are using this to increase their position on Pulse. Some people are just looking to cash out. You can sell it for USDC if you want, right? And swap out your profit for USDC. You can off ramp that, right, using change.io, changenow.io. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that. I just wanted to kind of give you a flavor here for the Dapp. Again, if you've been in this space and you've been on different farms, this works like, it's essentially a fork of Tomb, right? So again, there's been a lot of these over the years. So this is not anything new, okay? Only thing different is it's on Pulsechain, right? So what you need to do is you need to add Pulse to your MetaMask wallet if you don't already. Right? If you go to pulsechain.com, says here add Pulsechain to MetaMask, right? If you want to this is what you need to add. There's a lot of ways to add it to MetaMask, by the way. This is not the only way, but this is a safe way to do it, right? If you're if you're new to this, right? Or safer, right? Here's what you would add. You would go to your wallet. You would click on Add Network. Now I already have it, so it's not showing here, but Pulsechain is already showing here. But you would click on Add Network. Once you click on Add Network, you would just copy and paste all of these into the field. And once you click on Add Network, you're going to see Pulsechain. Okay. Now, again, you're going to need to get some Pulse, right? So you go to changenow.io, and let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you have BTC and you want to get Pulse, right? less. And now you can go ahead and swap out BTC. You can send BTC to changenow.io, right? And then you can get Pulse sent automatically to your Pulsechain wallet. Okay. So again, you figure out how much how much you want to get. And then what's going to happen is you're going to see this after once it confirms and it's completed, you'll see this Pulse in your Pulsechain wallet. Okay. It'll show up right here. And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get some LP tokens, right? Now, again, there's a lot of ways you can do this. I'm trying to just kind of take you through this pretty quick. But you would go to, here's a swap, right? And depending on, let's say you want to get into, let's look at, for example, let's say you want to get into, I'm not telling you to get into this pool, okay? Do your own research and figure out which pool you want to get into. I'm just showing you an example here, right? Let's say you want to get into, let's see, let's say you want to get into PulseRate USDC, right? What you would do is you would go to, you can take your PLS, right? And then you can get some P-rate, half of it, right? Sell it for P-rate. The other half, sell it for USDC. Because again, with LP tokens, you need to have 50-50, right? So you'll have half equivalent in USDC, same equivalent in P-rate, right? And again, I'm not telling you to get into this pool. I'm just showing you here what you would do. Then in your wallet, you'll be able to see that you have X amount of dollars in P-rate, X amount of dollars in USDC. You would go ahead and go to liquidity, and you would add liquidity, right? And then here would be P-rate, USDC. Again, it has to be equal amounts dollar-wise, right? And then what you do is you create your LP token. You would have to approve both tokens. And then once you approve it, I think a button shows up here that says, add liquidity. Then you would add liquidity. It'll give you LP tokens, okay? Then you take that LP token is what you take on over to the pool you want. In this example, P-rate USDC, you would go to pool, right? Your LP tokens are going to be showing right here. That's what it's going to be reading your wallet. You would approve that, and then you would go ahead and stake it. Okay. Once you stake it, it'll show here how many LP tokens you have staked. You start to earn P share. Now, when you're ready to claim your P share, you click on claim. You click claim. P share goes into your wallet, and now you're ready to, do whatever you want with your P share. Right. You can go to you can go back to swap if you want, like I said, and you would go to P share, and then you could either swap it out for whatever you want, right? If you want to go back into the different pools, you would swap it out for whatever tokens you need. If you want to sell it for PLS and just increase your position in Pulsechain, right? You could do that. You can swap it out for USDC if you want, right? Then you'll have USDC, and you can actually off ramp that, right? Lots of ways you can play this, right? Main thing here is, you want to get into these pools, you want to jump in, right? Here's the Telegram, by the way. I think today they're adding. I think they're adding some new pools today, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's like 6 pools or something like that that they're adding. They posted this yesterday. Yeah, right here it says here 6 new pairs. They're going to be adding PHEX and PLS, EHEX, PLS, PRate, PHEX, PRate, EHEX, PShare, PHEX, PShare, EHEX. They're adding these new pools. Now, again, with these new pools, APR is going to be, it's going to be bananas when it first launches, right? And then as people jump into them, the APR is going to start to drop. It's going to settle a little bit. But again, if you want to capitalize on that high APR, you want to jump into this. I think it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern, I think. It's 5 p.m. UTC time. And I think if you convert that to Eastern Standard Time, it's 1 p.m. So that's when they're gonna, launch these 6 new farming pools. If you want to jump into those, you can. Totally up to you. But again, you can see here the announcement Telegram only has 95 subscribers. So this thing is just getting started. It's pretty much skyrocketed to yesterday it was 1.5. It's right now it's at 1.7 million TVL. And again, we'll see how high it can go. What you want to do with these things, you want to ride that TVL on its way up. Now, again, we don't have a crystal ball or a guarantee of what that TVL is going to be. But as more people learn about this and people jump in and people want to jump into these different pools that have astronomical APRs, FOMO kicks in, people start jumping into them. The TVL has potential to rise significantly, right? So just another play that you can jump into. It's called PulseRate.io. I will leave a link down below. As always, do your own research and due diligence. Only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. If you have PLS or, if you're already on Pulsechain and you have tokens on Pulsechain and they're just kind of sitting there, you might want to throw it into some of these pools to earn you some money. If you're not on Pulsechain, I just showed you a simple way to get on Pulsechain. Again, not the only way. There's a lot of different ways you can, get on Pulsechain, but I wanted to kind of give you a direct, quote unquote, newbie friendly way to do it. And, you can jump into these different pools. All right, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Just wanted to make a quick one, just give you another play that you can jump into. We haven't really talked about Pulsechain too much on this channel as of yet, because we've been jumping into a lot of different other platforms. But I wanted to give you a play that you can jump into because I know a lot of you guys are on Pulse, and this is something that could potentially, be a banger. So that being said, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. And with that, I'll leave a link down below and catch you on the next one. Peace.